Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is who am I. My name is Nabindu Biswas, and I have around 16 years of IT experience, and as it is mentioned, helping people to become web developer. I've also written 5 books and published to top authors, and they're all available on Amazon. Okay, so they're all available on Amazon, and I'm mainly a React.js teacher and corporate trainer. But I was not always a React.js teacher or a corporate trainer and all those things, because for the past 16 years I've spent in the metros. I've spent in Mumbai, I've spent in Bangalore and all those places. And I was an architect. I was an architect. Because some people might be asking, "So why were you architect and you came to the, oh no, this is a different architect. This is not your architect house architect. I was a software architect, a very high position, very high technical position, and I was leading a team of 10 software, 10 front-end developers. So those architects we decide this how the system will look and all those things, how the system, what the languages will go. That's a very high technical role. So that was my previous job. Okay, that was my previous job. And in September 2021, I decided to become a full-time trainer, because that is what I love to do. And I was doing some part-time training before that also. So this is what I started doing from 2020, and I created my own company. And I also shifted back to my hometown of Bhopal. Means I have spent 16 years outside. Means it is like in Bangalore, it is like in Mumbai and all those places. Okay, so for 12 years in Mumbai, 4 years in Bangalore, like that. And I worked with literally all the big companies in this world. Not on in this world, means I have worked with IBM. I had worked with your Oracle also. I worked with Oracle. I worked with JP Morgan, every company. I worked in a government company also, like known as CDAC. So all those things, CDAC, I started my career. So all those things I worked, and this was my last job as an associate architect. And after that, I am now a full-time Java trainer, and I have my own company known as TWD. You might be watching this YouTube video on TWD only. So this is my company, and it is a fully registered company. It's a fully registered company, and you all are going to get a certificate also if you complete workshop you complete. Okay, you'll get a certificate. But let me tell people, okay, let me tell people, okay, one thing that what you need to do. Okay, we'll come to that. Okay, we'll come to that. Skullmon Gaming, we'll come to that. Okay, what is the scope of front end developer and all those things we're going to come. Okay, so let me tell one more thing, that you all are going to get a certificate. And if you fill two attendance on, so there will be two attendance on. Why two attendance on? Because I used to give one attendance on, people used to run away. So this is now how it works. It is not, I'm not doing this workshop for myself, I'm doing it for yourself. You should know, you should learn about all those things. Okay, I'm doing it for yourself. Okay, so you all will get means where was I? Okay, so some certificate like this, uh certificate like this you'll get. So this was the last workshop. Every Saturday the workshop is there. Those are new, every Saturday the workshop is there. You'll get a certificate like this if you complete it. So how to complete it? So let me tell now also, because a lot of people are going to ping me. I know, even if I do tell, a lot of people are going to ping me after that. So I'm going to give two attendance one, and this is attendance one. I'm going to send it at around 3:30 p.m. something at that time, because at that time we are going to start with HTML CSS, and this will be sent later on towards the end, 5:30, 5:45 around. So this attendance one I'm going to send, and you have to fill this attendance of your email, your name. Name is very important. Name and email are the most important thing here. Your role, LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile is something which I want everyone to give. If they don't have, just put you don't have a LinkedIn profile, and you just send it, and I will get it the response. And then the second attendance form is also the same, but it will be taken later on. So this is there. Okay, so now even before starting and even before answering someone, so let it be there. I want to tell, so those who have seen this my I have told that I will tell you some three secrets also to, and some what is a web developer. Okay, let me first tell about what is a web development and all. Someone asking, is there a scope for front end developer and all? So let me tell what is web development actually. So what is web development? Web development is like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is there. In fact, with only HTML, CSS roles, HTML is used to make the structure of the websites, which we are going to learn. CSS is used to make the school websites, which we are also going to learn a bit. But CSS generally takes 5 to 6 hours to teach, and I teach it for in a week long workshop. And a week long workshop at it happens on my channel every Monday to Friday at 8:30 p.m. IST. So first week it is CSS week, second week is JavaScript week, the third week is React.js week. So now the third week will come, because right now I completed a JavaScript workshop, and on Friday, and next week is React.js week. So if you are a bit late, yeah, you are a bit late, you can go through those recordings. Those recordings will always be there. So what is this HTML and CSS? Okay, so what is this HTML and CSS first? And if I only run HTML and CSS, then what? Okay, then what? And if I add JavaScript to it, then what? So if you learn only HTML and CSS, I will suggest that you learn something known as WordPress with it. Okay. And if you want to do that, please you can leave this webinar, because I am not going to teach those things. I'm going to teach HTML, CSS, but I'm not going to teach you to be a WordPress developer, because WordPress developer are someone who design website. I don't design website. I have worked in all the big companies. I've designed web apps. I design web apps. I have worked on big web apps like Uber and all those things, like Uber category web apps I have worked, and that is what the money is. So it is not like WordPress is bad or what. Okay, but WordPress is like a simple website is there that is generally nowadays made with WordPress. The problem with that is that everybody is making that, and there is very less money in that. Very less money in that means a WordPress developer generally earns, I know the exact salary, after 5 years of experience, he or she earns only 35,000 rupees. 35,000 rupees only they earn. 35,000, that is means not 1 rupee more than that, 1 rupee less than that. That is something which I have find out from my students. 35,000 rupees is what they earn after 5 years of experience. So someone might think, oh, 35,000 rupees is such a big amount. No, it is not. After 5 years of experience, after you get married, then ask 35,000 rupees is how much. 35,000 rupees is nothing. For a fresher, it might be. Fresher earns around 5 to 6,000 in WordPress, not more than that, not more than that. And even so, you'll say, okay, I will do freelancing. Freelancing, there are some of our brothers, means I'm not going telling anything bad about them, but our brothers and neighbors, they're way ahead of us. I'm talking about people from Pakistan and Bangladesh. They're way ahead of. Go to any freelancing website. They are 100 times ahead of India in freelancing. A Pakistani and a Bangladeshi is 100 times ahead of India in freelancing, and that is a very good thing. But they are so much ahead that you won't find any WordPress job. You won't find any WordPress. Go to Fiverr.com. There is a very good site known as Fiverr.com. You'll find zero WordPress job there, because everything is taken by them, and their currency is even less than us, so they can work for a bit more less than that. So you won't find any WordPress job. But I am here to make you a web app developer, which require the knowledge of JavaScript, which is a programming language. But JavaScript is not enough. You need something known as React.js. You need something known as React.js, which is a JavaScript library. It is so much in demand that all the big companies, if you know only this thing, this React.js, and React.js is a JavaScript library, so you to know all these things. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. So this is what I think on, and this is what I teach on my channel. HTML today, CSS, JavaScript, and React. So these are the essential skills of a front-end developer, back-end developer, and a full-stack developer. Something Node.js and all those things are there, but you don't have to concentrate on all those things. First, you have to learn these things only: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React, and you get a job. First, get a job, then think about something else, because there are so many jobs that startups don't get people who know React.js. You know React.js, I will give you a job. I will give you a job. I have jobs in my own company. I have a service company also. I have jobs in my own company. I need React.js developer. I don't get it. Nobody get React.js developer, because people don't know. People get misled by false advertisements also. So there will be advertisements of data science. There is no job in data science. Literally, there is no job in data science, because data science is what? There are data science jobs are in the only the big companies are there who have big data, like Google and all. So Google can provide how much job? Not much. But even this thing is known as a mind map. This is created using the front end. You're seeing all this front end. This is very complicated thing. This is created using React.js. This is created using React.js. LinkedIn is created using React.js. Front end part. Back end part might be a lot of other things are there, but the front end part is made in React.js. Okay, front end part is okay. Okay, so the front end part is made in React.js. Okay, so that is there. So okay, so anyways, okay, so this is there, the front end part, and all these things are made in React.js. All these complicated things, everything, all of these things are made in React.js. So this is something which you have to know. This React.js is something which you need to know. Okay, and to get a job today. And why this React.js came into picture and all? See, in around 2010, something changed happened when Facebook become very hit. So before that, what happens? I will tell about the industry. What was going in the industry? Everything used to be web app. So a lot of you might be very small, means they don't know, means, and you have born into LinkedIn, born into Facebook, born into Instagram and all. So before, they are all web apps, they're not websites. Okay, they are all web apps. First thing is that if you know these things, so then you not ask any question like, why is the front end developer is having any scope? What is this? This is front end development. This is all front end development. What was the last time you used a desktop app? If you're quite new, what was the last time you used desktop app? No, you don't even remember what was the last time you used desktop app. I also use very less desktop app. Like VS Code is one of the desktop app which I use. Nobody uses desktop app nowadays. Everybody uses websites, and these are not websites. So does Google, and all these people pay 1 crore rupees of salaries and all? Because they are complicated web apps. This is not like this. Even with this only, at least 10 front end engineers will be working. So they pay so much salary because of that. This is all not that much easy to make. They are made in something like that, but that is not that much difficult also to be there. That requires some dedication from you all. So that, what are those dedications? And those dedications are like, okay, so these are the three secrets. Those dedication are, these three secrets are there. And okay, so what are these three secrets? Those three secrets are, you have to do these three secrets to get a developer job. If you're coming from any background, you have to do networking. You have to do daily actions, and you have to do challenges. What is this networking? Okay, what is this networking? First, it is not some Amway or something. Okay, so not that networking. This networking means you have to be active on LinkedIn, you have to be an active on Twitter, you have to be active on Instagram, and you have to be an active on Facebook. So yesterday only, so I run paid batches also. Okay, so one of my student, he is only halfway through the paid batch, and he pinged me and told us, sir, I got a job. Just because I make them to put every post of there on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the major platform which have got a lot of reach in India. All the big startups, the days of Naukri.com, Monster.com are long away. You need to have a presence on LinkedIn. You need to post your projects on LinkedIn to get a job. Most of the people who are connected with me, either through my paid courses or through my YouTube, get a job through LinkedIn only. So there was a guy, means this guy, he he is not in any paid thing, and he was a mechanical engineer. He was just following me on YouTube, and he took my advice also. And a mechanical engineer getting a 1.5 lakh job per, he got a starting job there. See, in development, what happens, you might be thinking, oh, see, this is such a low paying job. No, it is not like that. 1 year of react just experience, this guy will get a 10 lakh package. You have to start with less, but he will get a 10 lakh package. This is a mechanical guy. Mechanical, I don't do anything, and he was just following me on YouTube. He took my advice, I chatted with him, he took my advice, he pinged me on WhatsApp. Okay, so this is like that. Okay, and I just tell people to do the projects and post it on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is one, is there, Twitter is there, Instagram is there, and Facebook groups. So Instagram is also, don't follow some heroines or actress and all. Follow the developers. There are many developers are there in Instagram. Follow them. Follow the Facebook group. There are many good Facebook group, React.js Facebook group, web development Facebook group, this Facebook group and that Facebook, all those Facebook group. Follow those. And what is this LinkedIn? What is this sending your projects on LinkedIn? Twitter is very big in US. I am not also big on Twitter. But if you see me, I'm very big, very big on LinkedIn. Okay, so I have around 19,500 of followers. So now 19,405. This much connections I have. And trust me, this connection doesn't only have students and all. This have got all the big people in India. All the, because I have got interview calls from Google and all also because of that. Because of this connection, I have got everything in my life, from my book deals to everything in my life I've got because of these connections. I just keep on posting. You go to my LinkedIn profile, I always keep posting. LinkedIn is a professional network. It is not a Facebook kind of a network. Those who don't know, it is all professional. It is, the next thing is there. You can get your whole career because of this LinkedIn. So what does my student does? So my student, so if you're, even if you're not my student, I'm telling you this is a thing which not many people does. So this is what my student do. Okay, they go. So this is a guy, this is one of my friend, Mausam Mishra, and he has got 16 years of experience, and he just want to get into IT. So they just build projects, and this is known as working in the public or coding in the public. He builds projects, and every one of us, my students, they build projects, they tag me. So I'm not going to teach how to tag. You all are doing Facebook, Instagram, you know how to tag, at the rate you do and tag. And they create these projects and they post it on LinkedIn, and I go there and I do this like, and I will write it, great work at Motion Mishra. What just I just did, I put this post in front of my 19,500 connections. And those who don't know, LinkedIn has a cap of 30,000 connections. So I am on the higher side. So I just posted there, and it gone to all the recruiters, all the top startup people who are looking into it. So they will look, okay, Navendu have done this thing. They have tagged it. Okay, who is this Master Mishra? Okay, he's posting. Then they will go here. Okay, this is this Master Mishra. Okay, who? What does he does? Okay, okay, he's posting a lot of activities. Why? Wow, 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 wow. Let me message him. This is how people get job. This is how people get job in the 21st century. Now in this decade, you'll get job like this. They will come here and they will see. So this guy has so many projects. How he will not get a job? Just you tell me how he will not get a job. If he doesn't get a job, then who will get a job? So like this, a lot of my students means almost means I have 100% ratio right now. Means my paid workshop, paid batches which the people do, they get 100%. And YouTube also, those who follows me, those who means I have YouTube groups, I have WhatsApp groups also. You just follow me, you just ask me how to get a job. I will give you my playlist. Go that, do that, because I have a lot of people. There are some people who tell me that okay, they don't have money, they're very short on money, so I give them the list, whole playlist from my YouTube channel, in the order they have to do, and in the order they have to tag me and all, and they will get a job. Okay, so that is like that. And as I've told, okay, so I was not completed with this daily secret. And then the daily action is there. Okay, so the daily action you have to take, which this code 2 hours daily. And I know people means they means, if you're working in a job, you won't get more than 2 hours daily, so you have to code those 2 hours. And if you're a student, you, or if you're looking for a job, if you're not doing anything, you can code like 7 8 hours. This awesome person, this, I'm in Bhopal right now, he comes to my home. And I'm soon starting some offline batch also in Bhopal. So he comes to my home and he code for continuously 7 8 hours. 7 8 hours is code. So that is the passion, that is his passion. But even if you code for 2 hours, it is more than enough. And then there are some challenges are there. The challenges are like, there is something known as 100 days of code. So this is a very popular challenge. In this is one of the toughest challenge on the planet, because in this, what happened, you have to code daily for 1 or 2 hours, and you have to post something good on the on this hashtag. You have to code. 2 hour is not less. 2 hour is, sometimes people don't find 2 hours also. It is like that. Okay, so back to my a little bit of my story. I was actually stuck in a production support job for a long time, and I was doing those 8 hours job. I was married at that time, so I hardly used to find 2 hours daily. Sometime in the morning, sometime in the afternoon, sometime in the evening, I used to find those 2 hours, and I used to code. And that's how I developed into developer. And that's how I developed. Means 2 hours is more than enough if you are 100% into the thing. Because I am mentoring a person who is a college professor, and I didn't knew this thing, that college professors get paid very less. He is having 20 years of experience, not from some government college, and he's getting only 16,000 rupees as a salary. So he want to get into development. So I'm mentoring this guy. This guy has very less money, so he is not into any of my paid group or something. So I have given him all my YouTube thing, and he is less on time also. Because even if someone in India, see, I came to know this thing, even in India, what happens, 15 to 16,000 rupees in a private job, people think company don't want to give more than that in those kind of jobs. Okay, they don't give more than that, but they will make you work for 12 hours for 16,000. 12 hours, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. 16,000 and 12 hours, and means, those who don't know, the middle class people are only stuck here. Means a lower middle class person, they say as lower middle class person, but a carpenter or even your maid will earn 10 times more. Nobody earns less than 30,000. Okay, your carpenter, your maid, or something like the carpenter earns in lakhs. Maid also doesn't earn less than 30,000. Just notice how many houses he works, and you'll find out. But people, middle class people, because of the society pressure, they're stuck in the 16,000 job for a long time. So this is there. 2 hours is more than enough. Okay, so that is there. 2 hours is more than enough. Daily action is more than enough. So now it is a lot of talk we have done. So now we are going to start with HTML. Okay, start with HTML now. And before starting with HTML, as I've told, I will give the attendance form. I will give the attendance forms, and how I will give this attendance form. This is attendance number 1. Is data structure important? No, data structure is not important. Data structure is not important. This is a very good question which you have asked. Data structure. So nowadays a lot of hype has been done. Okay, for data structure. So data structure is very much important if you want to go in Google, if you want to go into all those other big companies, like they're known as FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, and some other big product company. Data structure is important. That is something is there. Okay, so that is something which you have to learn if you want to learn data structure. If you want to go to all those big company or the product based company in which the salaries only start with 20 to 40 to 50 lakhs per annum, you want to do that. But there are only hardly 2% of the companies are like that. And the thing is that in India, the competition have become very high for those things because everybody want to do that and all those things. And that is something which I don't teach. Although I will tell you, I have got interview calls for almost every big company, from Google to, maybe sometime I will show, from Google to Uber and all those things. But I was never interested, and I never learned data structure. So I never gave those interviews. I never believed in that, because data structure is something which nobody uses in real world programming. Even a Amazon, even a Amazon engineer never uses data structure. It is only to filter out people. So that is something why I will invest my another 1 year. So you have to invest your 1 year if you want to learn data structure, because there is some lead code and all those things, and all those things are there. And if you have some money, then you can just go to scalar.com. You all might have got ad for that, and even you might have got ad in this channel also for scalar.com. And I think you all know how much scalar takes. I don't have to tell that how much they take, and you pay that money. And I know scalar is a very good thing. Okay, you can become a you can be placed in that. But that payment structure is so much that half of the people in India, means half of the people have that as their yearly salary here. Many of the people have their yearly salary as that, why what they charges. Okay, and it is not that much easy. And also, so first I will tell, okay, if even if you want to go to some product based company and all, so first go to some startup, get some real programming experience, get some money, and then maybe you can go to scalar and give them the money and learn their course. Or maybe you can there's some other things are also. Or maybe you want to take the hard route. There is something known as lead code. Solve around 700 800 questions from lead code in 2 years, and you can crack Google and all. But you have to learn. So Google, it is not like that it has only data structure round, it has programming round also. Programming round will ask you all those things which I will teach. So that data structure round, if you want to clear, that is something else. So hope it clears your questions. Data structure is not important unless you want to go, unless you are directly targeting the 50 lakh salary job. Okay, I will tell, not target the 50 lakh salary job first target the 10 lakh salary job, then go progressively. Okay, like that. So let me send this attendance sheet. So I'll send this attendance sheet. I'll come here, shorten the URL, copy it, and I will do a mark your attendance here. Mark your attendance here. So hope you all have got it. And I will also do one thing. I'll also pin this message. Okay, I will pin this message so that you all fill the attendance form. This is the first attendance form. Okay, this is the first attendance form, and the moment you start filling it, so I will get the responses here. Okay, and this will be the second attendance form. Both of them are mandatory to fill. First attendance form and second attendance form. Okay, so this is there, and hope you all have got it. And let me now close all these things, and we are going to start with HTML now. Okay, HTML now we are going to start. More people have sent me. Okay, so for HTML, so HTML, as I told, we are going to start with HTML. HTML is what? I'm not going to teach much theoretical. This is not some college class and all. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, hypertext markup language. And HTML, I'm going to teach completely. Okay, you don't have to learn anything else in that. Okay, you don't have to learn anything else. And for HTML, earlier, what? No, it will open. It is not like, okay, one sec. Okay, I'm getting responses, means it is opening. I'm getting, and I'm not going to send it on WhatsApp. Please, I'm not going to send it on WhatsApp. This link will never be sent on WhatsApp. I'm getting responses, so please don't say that it is not opening and all. And I never send this link on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp, what happens, not every people on my WhatsApp group is attending this thing. The main thing is that, okay, so it is only for people who are attending it. So WhatsApp, it won't be sent, and it will open. Yeah, you might have, you have to log in with Google and all. Okay, Gmail and all. It's a Google form. You have to log in with Google. Okay, so that is there. And the other thing is that, so okay, let's get started. So HTML, you need some tools to start with HTML. Earlier people used to code it with Notepad plus plus and all those things people used to do, but nowadays you should not do it with that. Okay, so what you should do, so there is something known as VS Code. So you should always do it in VS Code. VS Code you have to do, yeah, and VS Code. And then VS Code, you go. VS Code is a free free editor from Microsoft. From Microsoft is there, and you'll get it. I am using a Mac, so I'm using Mac, getting Mac. You'll get a Windows. You'll get a Windows. You download it and you install it. You download it and install it, and it will be installed. And not a very difficult thing. If you can't install it, so please contact me on the WhatsApp. Maybe my admin have given the my WhatsApp group link, so maybe you can join that WhatsApp group also, and maybe I will help you with if you want to need help to install this, because some of the people are not from IT background, so they might require some help. So that is there. Okay, so then what else is there? Okay, so yeah, so that is good, you have already installed. So VS Code is a lightweight code editor. Earlier what used to happen, the code editors were very heavy, like Visual Studio. It's come from the Visual Studio, so those used to be heavy in around 2010, and the system used to be very slow, so it used to require some heavy system to run it. But nowadays this is such a low thing that even I will recommend at least 8 GB of RAM, but even with 4 GB of RAM it will run. Okay, so that is there, and it will open something like this. VS Code, when you open it, it will open like this. Okay, and first time it will open like this. And now what I'm going to do here, I've actually created, so how to open some project here. So I have, let me open it like this. Okay, and let me make it equal so that you can see something. Okay, so I've made it like this, and so I have a folder. So in any folder you are there, you go here and create a new folder as HTML dash, don't give any space, developers never give a space, dash on underscore basics. I'll do basics. I'll do. Then what I'm going to do here, so my folder is here. So the thing is like same in Windows also. My folder is there, and my VS Code, I have opened my VS Code. So once you install VS Code, you have to open it in Windows also. So what I will do now, so at this I stand basics, I will do click, and I will click it here. I will drag it. I will, if you are using a trackpad, you have to drag it by clicking on the mouse. And if you're using a mouse, it is very easy to just hold the left mouse key and drag it. Hold the left mouse key and drag it. So it will open this folder here. This HTML basic folder, it will be opened here. Now we are going to start with HTML. So start HTML always, the extension to save the HTML file is like index.html. So .html is a main thing. Index, you can give any other name also. So I'm giving it index.html, so it will be stored like this. Okay, now .html like that, .jpg, .png, or dot everything. So everything has an extension in the computer world. So .html is there. Okay, so we have created this. I'll close this, and I'll minimize this also. I'll make it a bit bigger. So now the basic structure of the HTML, I can write it on by my hand also, but I'm not going to write it on my hand because we are using VS Code for this reason only. We are using VS Code for this reason only. Okay, so that I don't have to write it by my hand. So how do I do it? VS Code has got a lot of shortcuts like this. Not I will do, not I will give, not I will do. Second attendance form at the end. Second attendance form is not now. So what is the meaning of the second attendance form? Second attendance form at the end, so that you have to fill both of the attendance form like this. First attendance form I have given, and okay, so first attendance form people are filling, and the second attendance form at the end. Okay, Secondary attendance form at the end, not now. Around 5:30 p.m. Around 5:30 p.m. The second attendance form will be given at around 5:30 p.m. or even before that. So that is the meaning. So someone might, you should understand what people used to do. People used to fill the first attendance form and go away. So it is not like, it is not for you all, means it is not for me, it is for you only, means then it doesn't make anything. So you I've not even started HTML, people used to run away. So this is something which we have to do, which we as a trainers have to do. Okay, so like this. Okay, so let's get started. It's already 3:36. Okay, we have 1 hour for HTML. 1 hour is more than enough for HTML. Okay, so I will give this knot. I'll give this knot and I will give this tab, and it will create something. Okay, it will create something like this doctor HTML and HTML it will create. And what is this all? So this is all the structure which it has created for us. And doctor HTML, first thing is the first line. Let us go line by line. First line is like doctor HTML. Doctor HTML means this is HTML version 5. HTML version 5. HTML is governed by a committee in the US known as W3C, because America only invented everything related to the internet. So the committee is America invented internet in 1995. So the HTML committee is also there, W3C committee, World Wide Web Commemoration, something like that. So this is known as HTML5, which was introduced in 2015. Before that, HTML4 used to be done. So it was a bit different syntax. And HTML syntax is always like this greater than, less than sign. And then it has got this HTML, and it has got this body HTML, and HTML is there. So HTML is containing two things. One is the head and one is the body. Okay, so head and the body it will contain. So this head is there. Head contains mainly some of the meta tags and the title. What is this title? See, you're seeing this Visual Studio Code. This is something which is coming from the title. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come here and I'm going to do a HTML basics here, but it will not show right now. HTML basics I will write. Okay. And what is this meta tag? So okay, so HTML document. So HTML is, so everything has a starting and the ending. So HTML has a starting and the ending. Lang English means language is English, and it has got a head part and a body part. Okay, head part and a body part. So this head part is it is containing like this meta. So meta is there, and then this title is there. So what is this meta? So meta means something is which is just not used by us developers and all. So that is generally used by Google. So Google, so how does Google knows that some website is there? So suppose we create some this nice websites, and then we believe in Dhoni. We all believe in Dhoni, and Dhoni says that okay, you have to buy a GoDaddy domain and you have to put that in GoDaddy. So we just buy a GoDaddy domain because Dhoni advised it, and we put it in GoDaddy, and our site is live. But how does Google Baba knows about our site is live? So Google has this very complicated thing known as bots, Google bots, very complicated thing. So what has happened is Google bots, they scans the whole of the internet throughout the day. They keep scanning. They're like maybe like not like human beings, but they keep on scanning. They goes through whole of the internet from this connection to this connection, and they keep on scanning the whole of the internet. Okay, so when they scan this thing, they need something known as meta tag. So this meta tag is required to know. So this meta tag contains a lot of things like earlier the digital marketers used to love this meta tag, because you can give a lot of data here, like what this website is all about, and they used to try to trick Google bots to have more rating, more SEO ranking. Something is there like that. And Google also changes its algorithm. This is a common term in marketing, digital marketing. They changes its algorithm. Now it is not used by that. You cannot put hundreds of keyword here and it will not rank your website high. So those all things changes. But that is about meta, and you can also remove it, because most of the things I also don't understand what is there in this meta tag. So just now you created, it is there, let it be there, no harm is there. So I'll save it. Okay, and then let me have some basic structure. I will see, HTML is all about learning about different tags. So we're going to learn about different tags. So first thing is the H1 I'll do, and HTML dash goals I will do, and then p tag I'll do, and again in a p tag. So HTML h1 is what? H1 is known as heading tag, which you're soon going to see. This is what the developer sees, but what the end user will see, we are going to see. So paragraph tag is there. So paragraph tag I'll put I can put any data here like this. Okay, so I can put this also, free build on open source or something like this, I can put like this. I can put something like this, okay, free like this, or something maybe like this also. I will put this one also, okay, person like this. I'll put something like this, I'll put, and I'll save it. Now where to see this, where to see this thing, okay, to see this thing we have to go to our finder, and this HTML basics is there. So see, now our index.html file is created inside it. Now I will double click it, and so now it would be shown like, okay, this thing I should do it. Okay, so see, the thing is that I this is there, and this is a site means which will be created like this, and I can double click it and it will open it. Okay, double click it and it will open it. But now I made a mistake. So this O was capital. Okay, so I just fixed it. So I fixed it, and now I will again save it. So now it is not been shown here. Okay, it is still showing this O. Why? Because I have to refresh it. Every time I do some changes, I have to refresh it. So I will refresh it, reload it, and it has been shown. So this is not a good way. In 2010, might be this is a good way. People, okay, in 2010 people used to code HTML in notepad and save it as .html, and then you used to double click on it, open it, and every time they used to change something, they used to change it. But this is not 2010, this is 2022, and we should not every time do some changes and do this thing, okay, refresh this thing, okay, not like that. Okay, so what we should do, we should actually install some very good plugins are there. In VS Code. VS Code is because of those plugins on VS Code. The plugins are the smallest one programs which some talented software engineer might have written. So these plugins are here. So you come here in this tab, you come and you search for something known as live and live server. You'll search for this, and this one will come, and which is Ritwik there, something will come, and you just install it. And it will get installed on your system, on your VS Code. Okay, it will get installed on VS Code. Then you come back here, and this index.html will come back, and you do a right click and you do open with live server. So it will open with live server here. Okay, in this thing it will open. So now what will happen, open with live server, it is opening here now, and it will show like this. Okay, it will open in some this thing like this. It doesn't matter, you don't need to know much. So it will open here. So now I will have another P. So para, and I'm going to tell about all of them, P and all of this. So you might have seen, okay, H1 is coming like this, P is coming like this, and what is this title? See, this title is here, HTML basics. This title is here. So I'll have another P, and this time I cannot give every time some data like this. I don't even know that much data. So in most of the time, the developers who create something, they use dummy data. Known as lorem ipsum. So that dummy data is also name. So that dummy data name is lorem and ipsum, and I will do a tab, then this lorem ipsum will be done. So this dummy data has also have got its story, because this dummy data is 200 years old. This comes from the age of printing press. The printing press, when printing press was invented, so they wanted some dummy data in that. So that dummy data came to known as lorem ipsum, because this doesn't make any sense. And in internet also there are many lorem ipsum generators are there, and VS Code comes inbuilt with lorem ipsum generator. So I did lorem, I press the tab, and it is coming like this. Okay, lorem ipsum is coming like this, but I will save it. See, the moment I save it, it is reflected in my live server, but here it is not reflected. Here again I have to do this refresh, and it will come like this. So this is there, and I'm not going to. So we are going to use the live server from now onwards, and I'm not going to use this is a Safari which comes with Apple and all. I don't like it, so I'm going to use it in this only. It's a Firefox thing which I'm using, Firefox Developer Edition. It's a Firefox browser. So this will show like this, and let us now work from here. Let us now understand about your HTML, different tags in the HTML. HTML is all about learning about the tags. Okay, so the first tag which we are going to learn is the heading tag. Okay, heading tag we are going to learn first, and let me remove all these things. And if I remove all these things and save it, so a blank will be shown, nothing will be there. Okay, so then I will come here and I will do h1 and heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there are actually 6 heading tags. Okay, 6 heading tags are there: h2, h3, 3 h4 h5 and h6. There are actually 6 heading tags are there: h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6. So these 6 heading tags are there, and they will be shown like this: h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. And they are of different sizes. Okay, they are of different sizes, so they are known as heading tag, and they are used in different part of the website, or website it will use it. So different sizes are there. So generally h4 till h4 it's quite big, but h5 and h6 are very very small. Okay, so we generally don't use those that much, but yeah, these are of different sizes, so these are known as heading tags. Okay, so the next thing which I'm going to learn, which we have already seen, is the paragraph tag. We'll learn of the paragraph tag. Okay, so paragraph tag we have seen, so those small paragraph things are coming. So this, all the font sizes are already defined in this. Okay, so the even before going to the paragraph tag, we're going to learn about one more thing, like we're going to learn about a heading tag we are going to learn, and I'm going to comment this on. So I am written this, and I'm actually I've select all this thing, select all these things, and then do a control backslash. It will do something like this. And if you're coming from a IT background, you know that every languages have a commenting thing. If you're not coming from IT background, it doesn't matter. Every language has something known as comment. So what is this comment? Okay, what is this comment? Comment is something which is for the developer. So this is the developer view, this is the end user view. So end user is not seeing this comment. So therefore developer, so that developer can know, okay, what this is about. And most of the project, what happens, not one developer works, at least 10-15 developers work. See, I was leading a team of 10 front-end developers in my last project as a software engineer, so before becoming a trainer, full-time trainer. So, and in that what happened, so everyone, it might be there, everyone, at least 2 to 3 developers will work on the same file only. So if someone do something on this file, the other developers should know what does this code is all about. So coding is not means, it is not like 10-15 lines, it is like thousand of lines, so they should know. So whatever they code, sometime before that coding, you have to put some small comment like, okay, this code will do this thing. It's a very good practice, and I should also know what is there. Okay, what is there. So this heading tag is there, which I should know. Okay, now the next thing which you're going to do is the paragraph tag. And again, I'm going to comment it like this. Now I'm going to have this p, and again I will have this lorem, because we have seen this lorem will give this, and it will be like this. Lorem will like this, and then I'm going to have a p, and we can have a small lorem also, like lorem 10 I'll give, and it will have a small lorem, and it will be like this. So this is a paragraph tag which we have seen earlier. What is this paragraph tag? But one thing to know here is that, like, this paragraph tag is like paragraph tag, heading tag, all these tags are taking the complete line. Why they're taking the complete line? It's like this heading tag. Heading 1 is there. Heading 2 could have fitted here. Heading 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything could have fitted in this one line. And in this paragraph tag also, all of the second paragraph tag could have been fitted here. But it is not like this. It is coming to this next line. Why it is coming to this next line and all? Okay, so because they are known as block level element, there is something known as block level element and inline element, and they are the block level element. Okay, they are the block level element. So most of the tags are block level element, and it means that it will take its own line. So now let us learn about a inline element. Okay, so inline element we learn. So here I will go, and there are we are going to learn about a link tag. There is something known as link tag. Link tag, we want to learn about that. And then like this I'll do, and a anchor tag. This is also known as anchor tag, which is very popular tag. You will see it in every website. Some link is there. Click on that link, you go to somewhere. So this thing is there. href is there, and here you have to give some website means some website link you have to give. Okay, so I will give my blogging website only. I'll give. Okay, my blogging website I'll give here like this, and here I will write twd blog I'll write. twd blog I'll write, and that is there. And then what will happen, I will save it, and see, this link has been created. So twd blog has been written here, and this link has been created, and all of these things coming like this only means it is showing you purple. But if you are doing it for the first time, it will show you blue, but it is showing me purple because I visited this site many times. So if I come here and if I move my mouse over there, so that it will see, it will change to a hand. It will change to a hand. Okay, it will change to a hand. And if I then click it, it will take me to this site, which is my blogging site. It will take me to this site. Okay, it will take me to this site. And if I go back, it will go back here. But there is a problem here, and the problem is that it is opening it in the same tab. So if I do it, it will be very bad for from a marketing perspective, because if I create a website out of it and if I give a link and it will open in the same tab, it's not a good thing. Means it should open in a different tab most of the time. So that is something also we can do it with the HTML. How we can do it? Like anchor tag I'm going to have href, and this one I will have a different link. Maybe what link I can have? Okay, so maybe I will have my LinkedIn profile. I'll have my LinkedIn profile, and like this I'll have my LinkedIn profile. And after this, okay, LINKD LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn profile I'm having. Okay, so after that, what I'm going to have here, target, another thing, target equal to underscore blank, target equal to underscore blank, and LinkedIn I put. So LinkedIn has been shown. Again, I visited this a lot of times, so it is showing me as purple. So this target LinkedIn is shown there. Okay, so I will click here, see it closely, and I'm going to tell one more thing which someone might have noticed. I'll clicking hit here. So it is opening in a different thing, and I'm also live on LinkedIn. So this is opening in a different page, different tab, actually different tab it is opening. But I was clicking here, it is opening in the same tab, but here it is opening in a different tab because I have given this target equal to underscore blank, target equal to underscore blank I have given. So that's why it is opening in a different tab. Okay, different tab it is opening. So this is there. And one more thing which I want to tell here, link tag is the first inline element. See, I have given two link tags. They're all coming in the same line. A bit of gap is here, but they're both of them are coming in the same line. Both of them are coming in the same line. Here all, but here what was happening? They are coming in different line. They're coming in different line. This paragraph tag was coming in different line. This was all coming in different line. What does that mean? That means they're block level element, and this is a inline element. So this is how the link tag are done. Okay, so these link tags are done. Now HTML is all about learning about different tags, as I've told earlier also. So now the next tag which we are going to learn is the list tag. Okay, list tag we are going to learn. So list tag, I want to tell list tag this, and unordered list, and line, and item 1, item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5. So this is known as list tags. One is this UL is known as unordered list. See, everything has some meaning. Unordered list and li is list item. So unordered list and list item. So I'll copy it again and I'll do a OL here, ordered list and list item. Okay. Save it. So where the unordered list is there, see this dot 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 will come and the list will be created like this. Ordered list is like 1 2 3 4 5 will come, and we'll use this unordered list a lot. Both of will have list items inside it, and if I increase it like this, and it is if I make it to 6, if I make this to 6, see what will happen. One more things will be included here. Here the number will include. So this is known as list tags. Okay, this is known as list tags. Now we will learn about something known as table tag. Okay, table tag, some pricing table and all those things are generally created with table tag. And one thing you might be seeing that this is all very ugly because we have just using the HTML. Everything will be beautified by CSS only. Means HTML structure will be there. In that you have to apply the CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. We are going to start that also soon. So now we are going to learn the table tags, and learn like this. I'll do table tags, and now I'm going to have a table here, and inside the table I'll have a t head and T body. So table have a T head and a T body. Everything has a meaning. T head means table head, T body means table body. And inside this table head, we have a TR, table row. Table row we have. And inside that, we have a table head. And this is something which is a header, table header. It is known as header. So name, age, email. Name, age, email. I'm going to have save it. So name, age, email will be formed like this. Name, age, email. So this is like a table head. Okay, name, age, email. Okay. Now inside the table body, we will actually have the rows of this table. Okay, rows of this table inside the table body. So I'll come here in the table body, and here I'll do a tr, and here I'll do a td, and bindu td is like age I will do 39, and td bindu at gmail.com like this, and here there. I will save it and see it will show like this. So this is how the table body, in the table body I have table row, and in that I have the table data. It is shown like this. So this is how a table looks. Again, without CSS it is very ugly. So but this is how the table is look. The table is important but not that much important. The most important tags or a group of tags are the form tags, which we are going to learn next. Form tags we are going to learn next. Okay, but the thing is that we have come a bit down. So before learning about form tag, we are going to learn about something else also, which is like there is something known as the HR. It is like this. HR is known as horizontal rule. So like this horizontal rule, I'll have actually two horizontal rules. Inside that I will have the form. Two horizontal rule, two lines will be there. And I want some space also there. And so here there is another thing known as a BR, means break row. So I see I'll have a space here, and I'll have a break row here. So these are very small tags. So break row. Now inside this I'm going to have my form tags. Form tag is the most important tag in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, everything. Form, not tag, it is form tags. A lot of tags we're going to learn. Why this form tags is very important. Form tags are used to collect the user data. So where they are used. So when you go to the facebook.com or anything, you will, first time you go, you have a registration form. You have to register and give your name, email, and all those things, blah blah. You have to give an age and all those things, and gender and all those things you have to give. That is a registration form. And when you fill that form and you submit button, what happens? That all the data is taken, and that data is taken to the US. Yeah, every Facebook and everything are located in the US. So this data will be taken to the US, and there are big farms are there for Facebook, and those data will be stored there in their database. So that is how that works. And when now the next time you go to Facebook, when you hit the login button, but login, and what happens then? Your data, again there is a form in which you have to enter the email and ID, and that data will be taken from there, and that will be taken to the US. The data will be taken to the US, and then the data will be seen in the server and matched, and password will be matched, and you'll be able to log into Facebook. So those are there. So everything is like a your form in, and form in a web. Most of the things are, when you go to Facebook or LinkedIn, there is a post thing is there. So you write something in a post, nice post, and you click the post button. So that is also, that data is also taken to the US, and that is stored there. That is a post when you get the data. So everything is a form, everything in which you submit something to somewhere, and submit button or post button, it's not like submit button. Anything you submit is a form. So form is the most important thing. And because there are a lot of backend thing is also involved, but as a front-end developer you don't have to need much of the backend. You just have to know how to submit that form. And that is something I teach in the JavaScript. Here you'll get only the structure, and CSS you'll only get how to beautify the form. And JavaScript will you learn how to send that data to the server, mainly not in JavaScript, mainly in React. And the backend program is done in other languages. So this form is there, form tags I'm going to learn, and form tags I'm going to do. And now inside this I will do a form like this. Form I'm going to do, and then inside this, what I'm going to have, I'm going to have forms. So this is a form tag. Okay. So then in forms, we have something known as inputs, but inputs always comes in pair with something known as label. They always comes in pair with label. So what is this label? So I'll do this label, and I will do this name, and come here and do this input. Type is text, and name equal to name, and I'll explain this all. So the next thing I'm going to do is age and number and age. Save it. See, now what I just have. So this label, it is like shown here. Label is shown here, just like a text, and input is here. Type text and name. So you might have seen this kind of thing in which you can type anything, and this is a age, which is a number type, in which you can type the number, and you can add this thing to increase it also. So this is how this input types are there. But as I told, input types always come with labels. So this is a pair, like this is a pair, this is a pair, like this, they are there. Okay, input label, I have this pairs like this. Okay, and what is this type text? You might have guessed. So in the text I can do this. When type number is there, I can type the number. So that is the input type. So there are a lot of input types are there. And name and age. So name and age. So this name, what is this name? You might be saying that this is something which is unique. This can be anything. So this is something which identifies this input, means what it is, identifies this input. So this input type text, this name means it's identified because all the data, as I've told, it goes to the backend server. So it should be able to identify what is it is. So this name, this unique field, it will identify what it is. This unique field will identify what it is. So this is for something for the backend. Okay, so that is there. But there is a problem here. The problem is that everything you might have seen coming in one line. Not a problem actually, it's a very good thing. But why it is coming in one line? The main thing is why it is coming in one line. This is coming in one line because everything here is a inline element. Label is inline element, input is inline element, everything is the inline element. Okay, everything is the inline element, so they are coming in one line. So everything is inline element. So how to solve? So suppose I don't want it like this, I want this in Facebook or anything. You go, you might have seen that. Okay, email ID or username is coming on the top, and then after that the password is coming or something like that. So generally we have everything in its own line. So how to do that here? How to do that here? So if we were doing CSS, it would have been easily done with CSS, but we are not doing CSS right now. We are doing your HTML, pure HTML. So how to do that here? So here I will come, and here I will do a div here. Okay, inside this div. So what is a div? Div is actually a block level element like h1 and all, but it is generally used to group things together. It is used to group things together. So I will move this inside this div, and I will do this, and I will have another div here, and I will move this inside it, and I will watch it, and I will save it. See, now everything is coming in its own line. Everything is coming in its own line. You might be saying, okay, everything is coming in its own line. So because this div is a block level element, and we're wrapping it with it. But then also we have a small problem. See, these are very close there. So maybe I will wrap it in another div. But there is an even better solution. Even without wrapping it another div, I'll do a BR, like break row. I'll do save it. Break row, it will give some space here. So this is how I'll do right now, because I don't have access to very good CSS classes. We are going to soon have access to those. Okay, so that is there. Now we have some other things also. I'm going to tell about all the important HTML tags right now, and then we are going to look forward. And I'm going to tell something which else you have to know. That also you have to know. And now we have to do BR again. We are going to do this BR, and div is like this, and label is like this, and label I'll do as message, and I'll have something known as a text area. Okay, so this text area I'm going to have. So this text area, again, it has got name, message, calls, and rows. Okay, let us keep at this. Calls means column and rows means rows, and I have a text area. So what is this text area all about? And so let me save it first. Okay, so see, what is this text area? Text area is this like big, this like it has got rows, okay, columns is okay, but rows is actually way too big, maybe 5. Okay, so this is like a text area in which generally you might have seen the Facebook post, and also that is mainly a text area in which I can write multiple lines. Okay, this is a text area. So here I can write multiple lines. I can write multiple lines here. So this is like a Facebook post also. Generally there is a text area there, and although make it very beautiful with a lot of other things, but this is like a text area is used to take multiple inputs, multiple line inputs from the user. And what is the difference from this input box? Input box, see, it is one thing I forgot to tell. It is like all self-ending. So this is self-ending, this self-ending, but it has got this ending tag. And even this br and hr have got self-ending. So some of the tags don't require the specific ending, like this br, hr, and the input. It doesn't require that. So this is how the text area has been done. So now we are going to learn about okay, we are going to learn about drop down. So drop down are actually very important. So you go to any website, you will get a drop down from the list. You can choose anything. Amazon, everything have got very important drop downs and all. Let us make a drop down here. Now after this, I will come here and I will do a vr again, and I will do a div again, and I will do like a label here. I'll do, and this is like favorite color I'll do, and I'll have a select I'll have, and id is something which you don't require. Select I'll have, and it will have a color. See, this is a drop down. How to get a drop down? Select I will have, and this option I'll have option, and something known as value red, blue, green, yellow. All of these things I have. I'll save it. So see, this favorite color is coming, this red, green, blue. So this is how the drop down has been created, and you can select anything on it. This is very popular way to take user input, and it will take only one input, this drop down, and this is select name color, and the name is there. And this option, what is this option? Option is something which is creating this thing, this red, green, blue, and what is there. But what is this small red, green, blue, and all these things? What is this clear notes after this workshop? No, what notes? Are you taking notes? If you're taking notes, then you can share it with everyone. I will be very happy. But you will get the code. So code is not known as notes. I don't give notes and all. So this code I will give. This code you can take. This code I'll provide it in a zip file. This code I will provide. But notes, I am not taking notes. If you are taking notes, please do share those notes and all. Okay. So that is there. I don't know why people are asking a lot of notes nowadays. Okay. Okay, so like this. Okay, so select is there. You go through this YouTube video 2-3 times, and it will be very much easy, and you can create your own notes. Okay, so that is like that. Because this is will be there on the YouTube. This is not like some people delete these things. I don't delete it. It will be there on the YouTube. Okay, you can go through it. Okay, so this is there, and this okay, so select name, color, and all this thing. So this options is there. Okay, so this options is there, and it is a value red, blue, green, yellow. All these things are there. So what is this value red, green, blue, and yellow? So these are the things which goes to the backend. As I told, all of the forms are to collect the user data and send it to the backend. Backend, we don't send something like red, blue, green. What is here? So this value, whatever I write here in the value, this is something which will go to the backend. So that is very important here. This is something which will go to the backend. So value is for that. Okay, so this is there. Now select we have done. Now the next thing which we are going to learn is like a checkboxes. So checkboxes are very important. A lot of you might have given the online exams and all those things, and in that the multiple questions answers were there. So that thing is known as the check boxes. That thing is known as the check boxes. So go here, this div is there, and after this div you're going to have a br big row, and then a div I'm going to have, and in this div I'm going to have a h4, and like what do you own. What do you own? I'll have like this, and then I will have a input type checkbox, input type checkbox, and name equal to bike, value equal to bike, and then label bike. So like this, I will have a car. I have save it. So see, now this checkbox will come. What do you want, bike or a car? And these checkbox are very common. Most of you might have seen. I think I have seen a lot in Amazon also. So bike is there. I'll click here or click here. So both of them I can choose. Either I can choose one of them or I can choose both of them, or I can choose none of them. So like this, I can choose both of them. So these are known as checkbox, very popular in the internet to have this thing. So these are the checkboxes. Okay. So now the next thing which you're going to learn is the radio boxes. Okay, the radio boxes we're going to learn. And here I'm going to have, I'm going to again have a BR, and then div I'm going to have, and here. So what is this radio boxes? Radio boxes are used to take only one input. I used to take only one input, like a gender. Like a gender can be taken through radio boxes. So like the H4, I'll do a gender. Very common example is the gender. And now I'll have an input type is radio, and name equal to gender, and value equal to male, and label is there, and male. Name is gender, value is female, value is female, gender, other, save it. So see, it will come like this. But I click on this male, the male will come. Click on the female will come. Click on the other will come. It means it doesn't, it is not like this. It is not like the checkbox in which both of them are there. But it is like this. And this is something also all of you might have done. Means all of you means who are from non-IT background, they have visited something. Means it is not like today I can say they have not visited internet, or else how you will seeing it from the YouTube. So that is there. And okay, so this is how it is there. And one more thing is that, see, this name here is gender. All the thing is name is same, because radio boxes are also known as a group of radio boxes. But here the name is bike and name is car. Name is very important. Name plays an important role here, because this is also known as a radio box group. When it would be sent to the backend, it would be sent as one input only, not multiple input. Means it will be sent like gender of male, gender of or female, gender of other. It will be sent like this. But it can be sent as multiple inputs also. Okay, what do you want, bike or car? Bike and car both, or bike or a car, just like that it can be sent. Okay, so that is there. Now we are going to learn. So I will create all those things, all the important things. I'm going to tell one more thing which all of you have to learn. So that is there. And one more thing which I want to tell right now, because some people might have joined later on. So participation certificate will only be given if you have filled the participation form. And participation form looks like this, something. It looks like this. Okay, it looks like this. And I have already pasted it on the chat. Okay, I already pasted it on the chat. Okay, so already pasted in on the chat. It will be there somewhere on the, I pinned the message also. So please go and fill it. Please go and fill it. I'm not going to tell again, so please go and fill it. Okay, so that is there. And so thank you all. So now we are going to learn about how to submit this form. How to submit this form. To submit this form, there is a special kind of button known as an input type submit. We have normal button also, which I'm going to tell. So I'm going to again have a BR and a div. Inside this div, I'm going to have a input type is submit, and value equal to anything can be there, like send is there, save it. So it will create a button, input as submit, create a button like this. Okay, and it's a special kind of button. See one thing, I have choose everything. Now if I click on it, now see what will happen. The website got refreshed. Actually this thing got, it got refreshed. So this is a special kind of thing which happens whenever we submit a we hit a form, hit a button inside a form, it submits this, and this is not a good thing, but this thing happens. Okay, so this thing happens, and this is coming from a PHP world, because earlier what used to happen, the backend used to mostly in PHP only. But Facebook also, when it started in 2005, it started with PHP as the backend. Okay, so now it is not there. Now it is, everything is like, nobody knows. A lot of things are there, because it is the biggest site in the world with 3 billion active users. So that is there. And now, okay, even before moving, so I will tell one thing. Okay, so I've told about a lot of things. I told about literally a lot of things I've told about in this form only. But this form is not, I'm not I've told almost all the important tags inside the form also I've told. But the form tag doesn't end here. You have to learn something on your own only also, and that is like that you have to do the HTML tutorials. You will search this HTML tutorial, the first link will be W3C school. You go to this site, and one thing I'll tell, don't learn from this site. Okay, this site has got a lot of things. If you learn from this site, what will happen, you keep on learning for the next 2-3 months. And HTML, you should not spend more than 2-3 days in that. If you want to spend more days, spend in CSS. CSS is something which will be helpful, not HTML. So HTML you learn the way you learn that thing. Okay, so I'll come here and I'll do this HTML input types. I might give these links also. So if you see here, there are a lot of other input types are also there. Okay, I've told about 4-5 input types, but there are a lot of other input types. I want all of you to go through this input type. So this is something which is extra. You go through my HTML tutorials and go through this HTML tutorials from here and go through this. Okay, so all of this thing, input type button and all those things, these things are there. So there are some extra things are there which I'm not told, means like maybe like input type color is there. Okay, input type color is there, and this is a very good thing. And this, all these things have been included in HTML5. It's 2000, after 2015 they are all there. So color, what is this color? It gives me access to this color wheel, so I can go here anything and choose this thing. And this is actually very difficult to make without this thing. And see, only the type of color has been done. Earlier all of these things used to created with JavaScript, but now this, all of these things are used with like this type only. You can give input type color is very important. Input type date, it is awesome thing. So earlier, before 2015, I still remember we used to add this some JavaScript library or something we used to do to have this calendar. So nowadays this calendar also come directly from input type date. So this calendar most of you might have seen for your date of birth. So this just input type date you have to do and it will come. This is very popular. And then there is another thing which is very popular, input type file. All of you might have uploaded your resume in something like maybe Naukri, Monster or something like that. So this browse thing, so this input type file, this thing, this comes from there. And just input type file you have to do, no JavaScript code, you have to do this thing. So I want all of you to at least learn this from here, means I will pass this. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, so that is there, and let's just move ahead. And so like this, well, what last we have seen, we have last seen this thing. Okay, this thing, this send kind of a button which is input type submit. But we have a button like we have button like normal button also, button tag, have button tag, and I will have this again I will have some BR here. I'll have this button, click me, save it. So see, this button has been created. Hello Aditya. So this button has been created, and what is the difference between this button and this button? So if I click on this thing, see, nothing happens. Click on this thing, nothing happens. All the things you have to add through JavaScript only. And if I click here, this send thing, it refreshes the whole thing. So this is a special kind of button which is there inside the form tag. Okay, so that is there. And now we are going to learn about the last tag, which is the most important thing, which is the image tag. We are going to learn about the image tag. So let us learn about the image tag. And images are always very important. Okay, so images are always very important. So let us do that. And image image tag. Let us first download some image from the internet. So Unsplash, I'll download it from Unsplash. Maybe this one is very good, and maybe I'll download a large one only. And so it is like here. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a images folder like this. Okay, and then this images folder is there, and I will put it here. Okay, I'll name it Unsplash. Now I want to show this image. I want to show this large image. So how do I show it? So there is something known as image tag. Okay, so img I'll do. And there is source and alt. I will tell about this alt later on. So let us first do this. Okay, so I have created an image folder here. Inside that, this unsplash is there. So I have to go to that folder, IMAGES images, and then unsplash.jpg. And alt I will write as laptop. Save. Now see, this big image is coming. So this image is way too big. Okay, means it is so big that I'm not even able to see it all, means see all of these things and where it is and all those things. I have to do the scroll and all. So I have to actually fix it. I have to make it a bit smaller. So how will I make it a bit smaller? So the thing is that in HTML there are not many things are there, but in everything is there in Java. CSS, we're going to learn CSS after this, because this is the last thing we're learning, and we move to CSS after this. Okay, so here we have something known as width and height. So let us give that. Width equal to maybe 600 and height equal to 300. Do save it and see, it will be shown like this. So maybe 400 I'll take. So it is shown like this. Okay, it is shown like this and it is looking fine. Okay, so we can do something like this, but you might be seeing that it is maybe it was getting distorted also. Okay, so what is this? This is how we can control. What is this alt? Actually, what is this alt? Alt laptop is there in the written. I'm not seeing this alt anywhere. Why I'm not seeing this alt anywhere? Because this alt will only be shown if this image is not getting loaded. So why this image will not get loaded? Maybe I might have given some wrong path, or maybe the image is not there. It will not show that. And there is another thing also there. So suppose this all is coming from the internet. This website I've hosted on the internet. So now what happened? So my website is getting loaded. So I think most of you might have seen that if a website has a lot of images, so the text first comes and the images comes at the last, because images takes a lot of time to load. So suppose I am watching that on my mobile and the text are loaded, but the moment the image was going to load, the internet fails. Why the internet fails in my mobile? Because I have a very good geo connection. Internet should not fail, but even with a very good geo connection, I might be watching it on a fast moving train, and the train might enter some tunnel and the internet connection just drop. When the internet connection just dropped, my site will be like that only. My text has come, the images have not come, so that images will be shown as a broken image, and with that the alt tag will also be shown. So that is the use of the alt tag. Okay, so now I cannot close my internet connection or everything will go on. So I will do one thing, I'll break this image. How do I break this image? I'll give it a wrong name. So see, this laptop is being shown. This laptop name is this one. And one thing I have seen, every browser works in a different way. So this is some browser known as Firefox Developer Edition. So it is showing like this. I'll do one thing. I'll show one more thing here. So most of you, 90% of you will be using Chrome. Okay, I know that thing. Everybody uses Chrome. Chrome is the most popular browser. So this I have opened a Chrome. See this in Chrome, it is showing like this. Laptop has been shown, but in Chrome I'm showing this broken image also. In Chrome generally this broken image is been shown. So that is something different is there. So this is how it is there, and I will do this also like back like this. And one more thing is that I can image like a place hold okay, place image, okay, image place holder, image placeholder, something is like that. Okay, okay, so let us take also some image after this. I can also take some image from the internet. Okay, it is very slow. Okay, maybe I will take it from here. Okay, it is okay. So this is like this. So you can take any image from the internet also. I don't want to take and like alt I'll write. I'll save it. So okay, so this is not okay. This is not a good image. Okay. Maybe this one I'll take. So it will show like this. Okay, some cat and something it will show. So this is how it is shown. Okay, and you can take it directly from the internet also, some image, and you can directly show it also. No need to store it, like you can show it directly also. So this is all about images. And maybe this I will write as cat. If I do it cat, it will okay, it is showing cat only. That is good. Okay, so that is there. And that is about it. And we are going to learn about CSS now. So we are done with HTML. And as I've told, I don't teach HTML again. So if you go to my website also, you'll see that I have this series is on if you go to my website, like and please do subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Okay, so it helps this to reach more people, and more people can become a web developer. If you go to my channel also, so you'll see that there's I have this last thing is like this JavaScript 5 days workshop I've taken. Last thing was JavaScript 5 days workshop I've taken, and it happens every day at 8:30. And before that, this happens every week. Okay, this web development workshop. And then before that, I've taken this CSS 5 days workshop every day, 1 hour, sometimes 1 hour 14 minutes also. So I have taken this all. And every month what happens, in the first week of every month I take a CSS workshop for 5 days. Then second week I take a JavaScript workshop. Then the third week I take React.js workshop. So from 14th I will start the React.js workshop. So React.js is very much important to get a job. Everything is made in React.js only. So someone was now also I was asking me for a job. I told you know React.js, I will take you in a job. So see, this live stream classes to make you a highly paid web app developer, not a website developer. Website developer I don't create. Okay, website developer, you can go, there will be many things on the internet, like you can learn WordPress and all, become a website developer. I create web app developers. Okay, so that's why the React next week is React. So that is done. So let us now do the CSS. Okay, we'll do the CSS. So okay, I'll use this image later. Okay, so I will close it. And now I have to create a CSS. So we are CSS stands for cascading style sheets. Okay, cascading style sheets. Okay, and let us start with CSS. So CSS again, I have to how we are going to do. Okay, so CSS again. Okay, it is opening it here. I don't know why. Okay, so CSS I will do. And here where was my CSS folder, because I have to dev workshop. Today is 12th March. Okay, 20th March. So we created the HTML folder here. So I will create a new folder like CSS basics I'll create, CSS basics I'll create. Now again the same thing which we are going to do, we are going to drag it in here, we're going to drag it CSS here, and now this again we have to have an index.html. Why index.html? Index.html is required in even in a CSS. The index.html is required because structure will see it in index only, structure will be there in the HTML file only, and then after that we are going to add style to the CSS. So structure will be here, so again like this, but this is CSS basics, and let have a h1 with CSS crash course, CSS crash course. I'll save it, and then I can go live from here also. So I'll go live here, so it will be open like this, and I will close it. Actually I want it open here, so just a h1 CSS crash course has been shown. And now we are going to beautify it. How we are going to beautify it? We are going to beautify it by choosing it, and we are going to beautify it in another file, which is like style.css. Style.css is there. Okay, style.css is there. Now I want to, CSS is also about the different CSS tags and all about that, and how we give the style here. So here this h1 is there, so I will choose this h1 I'll choose, and then I'll do there are different CSS variables. And as I've told, CSS I will try to cover a lot, but I cannot cover everything because CSS at least take 5 to 6 hours, and I've already covered during the first week of the month. You can all see the playlist. So but I'm going to cover a lot then also. So color is like blue. Color is like blue I'll do. So this is how we do CSS. I will target some tag, and we have a lot of properties like color. I have, so color I will give it blue. I'll save it, but nothing will happening. Nothing is happening because the index.html and .css. So CSS is .css. They are not connected. So how to connect them? So we have to connect them with the link tag, link CSS and style.css. I'll do and save it and see it. It is a blue color thing. It's a blue color thing is there. So this is how it is been looking. So this is how you give CSS and all. Okay. So now let us have something more, and then we are going to learn about a very important thing which is known as the colors in CSS. So you might be seeing this color. So there are some other ways also to give color. Okay. So I'll give a h3 and I'll give a test place to learn CSS, and I will have a p tag also, and it will have a lorem of maybe 40. So I'll have a p tag also. So I'll have all these things. Now I'm going to we are going to learn about now what we are going to learn. The first thing which we are going to learn is we are going to learn about the colors in CSS. So we have seen that. Okay, so I've given this color. Okay, so there are actually 4 ways to give color. One way is this, of course, this color name, but then also there are some other ways to give the color name. So I will open one site actually, and okay. Okay, so first thing is that the color names are, see, there are certain color names are there in CSS. Actually, there are 140 modern color name. And one more thing I want to tell: CSS and HTML are governed by the same committee known as W3C committee, World Wide Web Comma Random or something like that. And CSS has also gone through major addition in 2015 when CSS 3 was released. Although we don't mention anything like that, so it is written that there are 140 named colors in CSS. Earlier there were only 20-30 named colors, but now there are very good name colors like Indian red, light coral, hot pink, light salmon, dark orange, light yellow, dark khaki, and dark magenta, and all these things. Okay, this chart I use a lot. All these different colors are there, so you can use any one of those colors. So that is there. But one thing is there: this color names are not more than enough. Means these color names are not enough. So we generally use some color picker tools. Like maybe this one, color picker tools. Okay, it is not showing correctly. Okay, it is showing it here. Okay, okay, maybe I'll do a color picker from the internet. You can do the color picker, and it will give you a lot of color picker, image color picker, HTML, Image color picker, what is this? Okay, let me see, because I'm not getting something good. Okay, image color picker. Okay, this is something not good. So this is also not opening. Okay, so I will use normal. Okay, I will use the W3C color picker. This is very good. Okay, it is not having that wheel kind of thing. Wheel, I like the wheel kind of thing, but it is okay. I'll choose it from here. Okay, so but I will make it a bit bigger so I can have it like this. So this view is much better. So there are actually, what I want to tell the main thing is that there are actually three different ways to choose color. So one means four different ways. One we know, one with this HTML color, and we have a lot of color names. The other three different ways to choose color are this. They're known as this. This is known as HSL, hexadecimal, not hexadecimal way. Other way is RGB, and other way is HSL, hue, saturation, and lightness. So what is this hexadecimal? Hexadecimal is the most popular one. You'll see this hexadecimal number. So this some number is there like this. So this is on a hexadecimal, and it follows the hexadecimal system. Now what is the hexadecimal system? Hexadecimal system, which we have learned in some thing around from 7th or 8th class, we have learned. It is a type of a system in which is having a base 16. Why base 16? See, the binary thing have a base of 2, 0 and 1. Decimal thing, which we just generally follow, have a base of 10, 0 to 9. Hexadecimal have a base of 16 because 0 to 9 decimals are there, and A to F digits are also there. So it is much more superior than decimal system, which we generally follow in the currency and all. That is the reason the HTML or the CSS team has choose this thing to show the CSS, because you can have, if there you can have millions of colors, here you can have billions of colors. Okay, so that is there, they have chosen it like that. But there is also one more thing. It is actually 16 digit. It is actually 6 digits. Sometimes you'll see 3 digits are also there. If 3 digits are there, means the next 3 digits are same. So you mainly see 6 digits in it. What does this 6 digit means? So first two are always means red, second two means green, and third pair of digits is known as blue. Red, green, and blue. Why red, green, and blue? Because the thing is that human eyes, we human can see only a spectrum of red, green, and blue, or a combination of the color which we see. It's actually a combination of red, green, and blue color, which just humans can see. So all the colors which we can see, it can be created with that. So that's why a bit of red, a bit of green, all those things are there. So see, if I change this thing, so let's see, this thing changes, this thing changes. Maybe I will choose a pink, this kind of color I'll choose, and I'll choose this thing. Okay, and see, this has got some other value, ff, and all these things are there. So maybe I'll choose this one, and I will take this one, and I will now, but you don't have to learn much. I just the theory. You can choose any color picker, and you can choose it from that. I will just, this body is there. I want the background color to be of this color which I've just chosen. So I'll do this body, and background color is like this. Background color is like this. Okay, so like this it will be there. I'll save it. Background color, I'll save this color. Now what will come here? I'll go here. See, the background color is like this pink. So background color is another thing by which you can group the background color, and I've given the hexadecimal thing. The main thing is there, hexadecimal. Now the next thing is there. There is something known as RGB. RGB again stands for red, green, and blue, because again the human eyes can see red, green, and blue only, and it has got specific values for those things. So now what I'm going to do here, maybe the H3, I will make the color as a bit darker with the RGB. So maybe I will choose this thing, and I will choose this thing. I'm liking it. Okay, so this thing I will choose, and color I'll do, and save it. Now this thing, see, the S3 has been choose like this maroon color or something. So this is there. Now the last thing is like the HSL. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. And this is a bit complicated thing. This is hue thing only consists of all the three colors, means red, green, and blue. It will consist. And saturation is like the saturation which we have. Like in TV also, we might have seen this saturation thing. So the saturation thing is that. And the lightness is the lightness. So you can control more. Sometimes the designers love this HSL thing, and you'll get sometime from the designer in this HSL thing. But for us, we can just choose it from the some color picker. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do create a blue color, and this maybe this one is looking good, and I will come here, and this paragraph I'll do, and color I will give this thing color, I'll give this thing, save it, and now I'll go here. See this color is like this blue color is there. So this is how the different colors are been taken in CSS. Okay, so hope it is clear. So now let us go ahead, and we are now looking to fonts in CSS. So fonts, CSS we have a lot of fonts. Okay, just like if you go to any if there's Microsoft Word or something is there, so there it has also got some fonts like your Times New Roman and all those things are there. So in CSS also we have a lot of fonts. So we'll give a font family now. Okay, font families. Fonts are given a font family. So font family give, and I'll do Arial, comma, Helvetica, and sans serif. I've taken three fonts. So first one is Arial, and second one is Helvetica, and third is sans serif. Saved it. So see, it got changed to actually Arial. So something got changed here. It got changed to Arial. So why did I took this Helvetica and sans serif? Arial is the primary font, and Helvetica and sans serif are known as the fallback fonts. They are known as the fallback fonts. So why they are used this why this fallback fonts are used? So fallback fonts are used, actually they are very common, and they can be used in any browser. Why I'm telling any browser? Because see, the browser is something which is not created by the W3C site, not W3C site, W3C committee. W3C committee is like a committee which gives all the recommendation and all those things for HTML, CSS and all. But it is up to the browser whether they implement it or not. And the browsers are actually complicated piece of software. We might be saying, okay, it is like this, so it is very easy. No, it is a complicated piece of software which is created by different companies. Like this Firefox Developer Edition, which I'm using, it is created by Mozilla. Chrome, which is the most popular browser, is created by Google. Safari, which comes inbuilt in Mac OS, which I'm using, is they're created by Apple. Edge, which comes inbuilt in Windows, it is being created by Microsoft. So those things are all there. So they're created by different companies. So what might happen, and it generally happens, this Apple is very strict and all those things. It generally goes against whatever everybody goes. So maybe, but it is not the case. Actually, these three are very popular fonts. These are all there in the Safari browser also. Maybe I'm just telling an example. Maybe the Arial font is not there in Safari. So what will happen? When in the Safari, I will open this website, the Helvetica font will be applied because Arial is not there. Suppose this Helvetica is also not there in Safari, then the sans serif font will apply. Suppose the sans serif is also not there in Safari, then what will be applied? Then the Apple default font will be there, that will be applied. So that's why these fallback fonts are very important. Maybe it will not be there in the browser. This is about this. Okay, so okay, so now what we are going to do? We are going to look into very good font. Okay, so generally most of the time this common font people don't take nowadays. So there is some another font which is given free by the team, which gives everything free, very good, which is known as Google. So there is something known as Google fonts. Again, a free service for developers. You'll go here in the Google fonts, and I will actually remove this one. I use this a lot. So you come to this website, you'll get a lot of fonts. A lot of fonts you'll get, and fonts are actually made by designers. So each of the alphabets they have to design and submit it to Google, and they will approve it, and then you can use it. Okay, so how to use it? Okay, let me choose a good font. Okay, so I'll choose this dancing script font because it's a cursive writing font. I want to use it, and you can have many things like this. I will have this one. So this is the sizes are there, and I'll choose only two of them, and then I will select these things, and then I have to go here, and I'll see this dancing script is there. Then I can use it through link also, but I will use it through imports. So I'll do here, going to imports. Then this I will copy it, and I have to go at the top of the body, go here and import. I'll do so import. It is shown like this. Now I can use this font family. So I will not use it in the main thing. So main thing, let it I'm doing this broadcast also, so it is becoming very slow. So this dancing script has been shown, and this is like this nice cursive writing script and all. Okay, okay, maybe okay. Oh, maybe my connection was gone for 1 second, I think. Okay, so that is okay. These things happen. So see, it has been shown like this. It has been shown like this, and like this it has been shown a nice cursive writing thing is coming. Okay, so but it is very small. So and again, this fallback fonts are very important here. Why these fallback fonts are very important, I don't have to tell that fallback fonts are very important, because this is something which I'm taking from Google. Might be there, it is not working in some browser, it might be there, because although Google take care of all those things that it will be there, might be in some cases it will not work. Okay, so that's why these fallback fonts which are inbuilt in the browser, they are very important here. So now this is very small, so we have something to change the font size also. So font size I'll do font size, the most common thing is like pixel, so font size 20 pixel I'll do, so it will increase it. There is something known as font width is also there, so by default it is normal. I will make it as a bold. See, it will make it will be a bit bolder. Okay, maybe I will make, there is something else are also there, like bolder. So like this, bold, bolder, not many things. So these are some other tags. When you're going to use CSS, you are anyways you're going to learn all these things. Okay, slowly and slowly. And now I'll use another thing known as line height. Line height I'll do, and I'll do it as 1.6 rem. I'm going to do. So maybe 1.8 rem. Okay, so it just increase the sizes here. But you might have seen I have used two things here. One is the px, one is the rem. So what are they? What are px and what is rem? So they are units of measurements. There are actually 3 units of measurements. One is known as px, one is known as rem, one is known as em, and we are going to look into all of them. So first let us learn about the px. What is the px? So px is known as pixel. So what is a pixel? So pixel is like those small dot which is there in the computer monitor. Every computer monitor is actually a small dot. If 10 years back, if you had gone too close to the computer monitor, you can see that dot, but nowadays you cannot see, because every small monitor is also HD monitor. You cannot see that dot. Dot is basically, that pixel is basically the dots in per square centimeter. So if you can pack more pixel, actually it is the dot only, if you can pack more pixel in per square centimeter in a monitor, its density increases, and it can be seen much better. So suppose if I put more pixel in 1 square centimeter, it will, from HD it will become true HD, from true HD it will become 4K, from 4K it will become 8K. This is how the TVs are and monitors are made. More pixels you will put in 1 square centimeter. So but this picture is a bit different. Actually the W3C team, they also have a TV or a monitor which has got 3000 dpi, 3000 density per inches is there. So they have given it according to this. In the normal term, what did happen, normal layman term, what is there, more pixel you will increase, the more size will increase. So this is like that. And now what is this? There is something known as EM and REM. So what are they? What is the EM and what is the REM? So we are going to learn about that one. But to learn about that, we have to do some changes here. And that changes that I will wrap this whole in a div, because that is something to take with the parent and the children. So in all of these things, there are parent and children. So what is like this parent and children? Like this body, for this body the parent is a div. For this div, right now I've wrapped everything with the div. For this div, the children are h1 h3 and p, h1 h3 and p. Save it. So nothing will be seen difference here. But this div, I'll choose this div, and I will make a font size of 10 pixel. I'll do font size of 10 pixel. I'll do save it. See, there is an issue which happened, which I will tell later on. See, these two have become smaller, because if I give the parent font size as 10 pixel, this h1 and h3, I will not mention any font size, so they have become smaller, and that is an issue which you are going to fix soon. But the main thing is that, okay, so the font size I make it as 10 pixel. Now this font size I will make it as 2m. 2m I have made. So what does that mean? 2m means, what is the parent font size is there? If it is m is there, means 2m is there. 1m means 10 pixel. 2m means 20 pixel, 3m means 30 pixel because the parent is 10 pixel, 3m means 30 pixel. Now let us go back to 2m. Now what is this RAM? If I, instead of 2m, I will do a 2 RAM, it will become even bigger, because the RAM doesn't depends upon the parent, but it depends upon the whole body. So by default there is a rule that whole of the HTML, the paragraph tag font size tool should be 16 pixel, 16 pixel. So 2 RAM means 16 into 2, 2m means whatever I give it here, 10 into 2. Okay, so that's why it is like this. Okay, so as this is about RAM and M and all those things, so we have done here. Now what I want to tell here, so we have seen one thing. See, this div was causing a lot of issue here. It has made actually this one, see this two, it has made it small. Okay, and one more thing, I will remove this div first. I'll comment this out, and I'll make it as RAM only, but 1 point maybe 1.6, and this is as 1.5 RAM. So like this I'll make. Okay. So it is looking good. So that, so the div I have commented out, again it is okay. So now we are going to learn about classes and IDs. So why classes and IDs? So if we keep on giving all the CSS like this, okay, body, h1, h3, div, p, this will break sooner or later. So as I've told, in bigger projects, less than more than 10 front-end engineers works in one project. Okay, so that is the thing, more than 10 software engineers are working in one project. So what is there, if everyone started giving style for div, h1, h3, p, it will break the whole project. One more thing is that the CSS is global. CSS is global. So what does that mean? Means if I have a style.css and I have some other CSS file also, and that there I will give a h1, h3, it will be applied to all the HTML files. So CSS is global, so it is always advised not to give the style directly like this, h1, h3, div, p, but use something known as classes and IDs. So they are actually the unique identifiers that you can give to anything. Okay, so like this div is there. I will make a class equal to box1. I'll do this box1. Okay, and this class is a keyword, but this I can take anything, and this I can give it anyone, h1, h3, p, I can give it anywhere. So I'll come here, this box1, I'll go box1, I'll go, and here I'll save it, and this styles I'll go, and because it is wrapping everything, I'll make it here. And classes, you have to give it dot. So dot box1 I'll give, and I'll give a background color of light green. I'll give light green and save it. So see, a light green color will be given because this div is wrapping everything. So light green color will be given. I will give something known as padding also. So padding also I'll give something like this, padding, and padding maybe I can give it as a 10 pixels. So padding is something which is around everything. So this around the element, it is known as padding. Okay, so maybe we'll learn the box model also, we'll learn the padding also there. So padding I have given a bit, and it is looking good. So what is, so as you can see, this classes, I can add this class in h1, h3, p, anywhere I can add. But there is a difference between a classes and a ID. So we'll look into that. So suppose I will copy this thing. So classes is something which you can use a lot of time, but ID is something which you can use only once. Okay, so I will remove this thing and I'll save it. So it will again come like this with space parentheses and this thing. I want both of them to have some space between them, so I'll do a break row, so it will have some space between them. So it will look like this. You can see this class name I can take at 100 place also the same thing, and it will apply the same style. But there is something known as ID are unique. You cannot take ID more than once. So suppose this second p, I want to give it some other style, so I'll come here and I'll give a ID equal to maybe I can give any name. I will give a second p because I didn't came out with some good name. Second p, I'll select this thing, I'll see, and I'll come here, and then I'll do hash. Okay, IDs are given by hash, and classes are given by dot. So second p I'll do, and then I will do actually I will choose all of these things, and I'll give some different styles from this. Okay, so color I will, so okay, one more thing. First thing is that I don't want this some fancy style. I will just stick with this, and this thing is there. I can choose from here also. Okay, choose from here also. A good color thing will be done, and then I will come to this red. This I have to make it a bit darker, so I'll make it a bit darker, and this I'll make it as normal, and this I'll make it as 1.4, 1.2. Save it, and it will be looking like this. Maybe 1.4. So it will look like this, but a different color has been shown. So this is how it is done. Okay, so this second page is giving a different thing. So this is there, and classes and IDs and all. Okay, so we are going to look into something known as a box model, because I told that I will tell about the box model. So box model is a very important thing, and it is a very important interview question also. You're going to see, okay, the box model is there, and it is a very important interview question also. But the main thing is that you, with box model, you will learn about the padding, margin, and border and content. So that is a box model. So let me come here, and I will come here, and I'll do a div and box model. Anyway, I can take any name. It is not fib, it is like a div of box model, and I will have a lorem here. Save it, so it will show like this. It will show like this. Now this box model I'll choose, and then I'll come here, hash box model I'll give, and the background is like light cyan I'll take, and light cyan I'll take. So it will look like this, and then I will have a width. So there is something known as width. I can give the width also. So I'll give this width is like 300 pixel. I'll give, save it, 300 pixel, and then border of, so there is something known as border also. Width is a second 300 pixel. Border is like border, if I give, it will be around it. So 15 pixel solid black. It means it will create a 15 pixel black border around it, around, so 15 pixel black border around the whole element. Then we have something known as a padding. Padding is, see here, the element contains this content. So padding is around the content. So padding I'll do as a 50 pixel. So it will form around this content. It will form. Now I have something known as a margin. Margin is 20 pixels. So what is anything I can take anything. So what is 20 pixel margin? So margin is always between elements. So this box model is that above this box model, I have this div of box one. So there will be a margin from here, there will be margin from here, there will be margin from here, and there will be margin from here. So I'll save it, and so see, margin from here 20 pixel, 20 pixel, 20 pixel, and we can easily see this thing in the right click. I'll do inspect, and I can see it here. So see here in the box model, and every browser it is there. So if I come here and hover my mouse over here, so it will show me the content. After then the 50 pixel, 50 pixel, 50 pixel. So this is the order is very important. So content comes first, then your padding comes, which is 50 pixel all the way around. Then this border comes, which is this 15 pixel all the way around, and then this 20 pixel all the way around is coming. Okay, so this is how it is working. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so that is there, and this is about the box model. Okay, so now we are going to learn about we've seen a form, we have seen a very ugly form earlier. So it is always, as I've told earlier, forms are very important. So let us learn to make a form very beautiful. So let us do that. So again we have come a bit down, so again we are going to have this br and all those things. So let us come here, and after this I will have a br hr and br maybe, and we have something like this. I will have, save it, so it will have something like this, and I will have a form here. So form I'll have here, and I'll have class here. So I'll have a class here so that it is much more easier. class equal to my dash form. I'll have my dash form. I'll have, then I'll have div form group, div of form group I'm going to have. Okay, then so I'm going to again have that label and input inside the div of form group. I'm giving this all class name because we're going to style it, so I need this all these class names and all I'll need it. Okay, so then I will have a label of name like this, and input type text, input type equal to text, and name equal to name. Same thing like this we have it earlier, so same thing like that only we are having, and we are going to have it 2 times. So this second thing will be like email, text is text, name is email, and the next thing will be like this message, and text area, text it doesn't have a type, name of message, area I'll have, and then I will have a input type of submit, and a class of button, and value of submit. I'll save it, and I'll have this ugly looking form again. So this ugly looking form just similar to what we built it in HTML, so it's time to make it very good looking. So, and we can do it easily with the CSS. So this my form, I'm going to select my form, I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to come here and dot my form, and then padding is like 20 pixel, and the moment I give some padding, see a padding has been included all the way around. Then I will come here and then do a dot my form and dot form group. Okay, so why I did like this? Okay, now the thing which I want, actually I want some space below it, and in the HTML thing what we did it through BR. Okay, so I don't want to use BR and all, so I'm going to choose this thing form group, but I can choose it in like this dot form group, then dot my form, then form group. So why I'm choosing it like this? I'm choosing it like this because there can be many forms here. This is a 2 level of choosing, so that you can never be wrong. Means there can be a lot of like, there can be another form like dynamic form. Inside that also there can be a form group. So that is like this. Okay, so that is like there, and like this I'll have a padding bottom is like 15 px. I'll do save it, and like this a padding bottom has been done. Now it is still not good looking. Now I want to do one thing. Okay, so this name and this label and this input, so label is there here and here, and all these labels are there. Label and input are both of them are inline elements, so they are coming in one line, but I want the name to come in a different line. So either I can use a BR or something, or there is even a very good way to do it in CSS, and that is like making a block, the inline element, a block level element, and this is something which is only available here. So okay, in CSS, so I'll do this dot my form, and label is like this, and display is like block, display is like block. Okay, display is like block. I'll save it. See, now the name, email, and the message are coming in different lines. So this is what the display of block has done. It has made the label as a block level element instead of the inline element. So we have done it like this. Now I want to have one more thing here. Okay, one more thing I want to have is like this name, email, and message. So they're very close, so I want some padding here. Padding means around the content, and I want this to extend till last. So for that, what I can have a common class name maybe in all of them. So let me have a common class name. So this is how we use a common class name. So I will have a class equal to maybe form input. I'll have a class name is equal to form input in all of them. Form input I'll have. Save it. Only is this three things, because this three I want to extend till the end. So now this again I will come here, and this maybe I'll choose again like this, my form, and this dot form input. Form input I'll choose, and then so it is choosing three things. Okay, padding like 8 pixel I'll do. Save it. So see, a bit of padding is coming around this. Then I will change the width as 100%. So see, width as 100%, I did all of these three are moving to the end, and now it is looking very good. So this is a good looking form. So it is coming till the end. So it is coming to the end. So everything is done here except the button. So how to do the button? So button is something which is remaining. So let us beautify the button, and button also I have some class like this button. So I'll do this, and there is a very easy way to do this button. Okay, so again this is dot button is there because it is a class of type button. Okay, so I will have first thing to beautify this is like I should have some padding on the top down and bottom left. Okay, so top down maybe 10 pixel and 15 pixel. What is this? This is a way to give a padding. So padding, if you give completely, it will be all the way around, and this is a short form to give. So 10 pixel and 15 pixel are given. It means the top down is 10 pixel and right and left are 15 pixels. So I'll save it. So it will be like this. It will be done. Then the next thing which I should have generally is the let us change the color itself first, because something is there which you will not be able to see. So this base color is like very bad, so I will have this as a background color. I will have it as a, I like those dark colors, so dark blue I like. So dark blue I'll do. So now it is shown as dark blue, but there are one issue is that it's this the summit is not being shown, because if you have a dark background, then we should have a light color. So it is white is the most okay here. Maybe white smoke I'll take something like this, and it will show like this. It will show like this lighter kind of white. Now the next thing is that, so you might be seeing some border and or something is there. So for that, what I have to do, and it will look like good, then border is like none. By default the border is there, so border none I will do. So see, the border has gone. Now this sharp edges are there. I want to remove those sharp edges, because most of the buttons you might have seen, those sharp edges are not there. So border radius is like 5 pixel is a good border radius, so that sharp edges will go. So like this sharp edges has gone. Now this summit, I want this to be a font size of 1 rem is like good. So that was very small, so font size of 1 rem is good. And I want another thing, there is something known as text transform uppercase. I'll do so it will looking, and now my button is very good looking. The only thing which is remaining in this button is to have a hover property. Any button on the intent you'll go, there will be a hover property here. Let's see, if you go here, and it will change it to a hand. And also the other thing is that it will change the color. So let us do that. So that is given by something known as a dot button, and like this hover I'm going to do hover, and like background is like dark magenta I like, and cursor is like pointer. Cursor is like pointer. If I come here, if I go here, see, it is changing to a hand also, and this is looking like this. This is looking like this is becoming like this. So this is what it is all about. So we are done here with this. We are going to look into some more CSS thing. Okay, so the most CSS thing which we are going to look is, like in my CSS course there are layout things like Flexbox and grid are very important. I might give that link also for my CSS playlist. I'll give, because it is just been completed. I'll give that link. Okay, so that is complete. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to do is one of the last thing which we are going to do in CSS before jumping to JavaScript. And that thing we are going to do is like how to show images. As I told, the images are a very important thing. Here also images are very important, so let us do that. Okay, so here I will have a div dot uh, image box. Image box is not here. After this form, here I will be there, and div img box I'll have. So I will have a image box in which inside which I will show the image. Maybe I'll have a h1 image box. I will write the image box, and I'll go here. Dot image box I'll do. The dot image box I'll do, and here width I will take width of 800 pixel and height of 500 pixel, and I will have a border of 1 px solid black. I'll have save it. So I'll have this thing image box, and inside this I want to show some image. So let us show some images here. So again we have to download an image, so I have actually kept it open for that reason only. So I will again create a images folder, and inside this I will have this thing. Okay, this thing. But see one thing, I am going to download a small image which is 640 by 426, and I'm going to fit it inside a 800 pixel by 500 pixel. So I will download this, and this will be like this, and I have to reveal in Finder. I don't know why it is opening here. Images. Now it is done. The images has been done, and maybe I will rename on splash. I'll do, and it will unsplash it. Is okay. So now we have to show this image, and when we are going to show image through CSS, we don't show the image through your HTML. We show it through CSS only. So CSS, there are some properties are there, like the property of background image is there, and URL I'm going to take URL, and then there is dot images is there, and then unsplash.jpg I'll save it, and the image will be shown. But see the image, it is actually repeating itself. Okay, it is actually repeating itself because the image was actually small, as you know. So this is repeating and this is repeating, so by default it will be like that. Okay, it will start repeating itself. Okay, so now what will happen now means it is repeating itself. You know how to fix it. This is not a good thing that is repeating itself. Then I will have a background repeat of no repeat. There is a property like background repeat of no repeat. I'll do this. So see, the background repeat of no repeat has been done. No repeat has been done. No repeat, but it is again it made our problem even bigger because now the empty space is there. So there is another thing known as a background size of cover, and it will cover it completely. So this is how you have to do the image in here. When we are doing the image from HTML, you might have seen that, okay, I was giving the width and the height, but it was not doing it properly. The problem is known as pixelated. The image will get pixelated. But if you take any image in the world and you add this two property like background image you do, and you add this two property like background repeat and background repeat, no repeat, and background size cover, it will fix it, and the image will not get pixelated. That is one of the main thing. Image will not get pixelated. Okay, so that is there about CSS, we have some time, so let us understand. A second attendance sheet will be given towards the end, which is around 5:30. After 5:30 it will be given second attendance sheet. Yeah, so do be there. Second attendance sheet at around, okay, so let me write also. Okay, at around 5:30 p.m. And thanks you all for being here for such a long time. This is good. You all are here, and I can see a lot of people here. Okay, so now we are going to learn about the last thing is which is like JavaScript. So let us do a bit of basics of JavaScript. JavaScript to be applied in this site, you need to be applied in this site, you need to learn the basics. So every language, see, HTML and CSS are not languages. They are like, one is a syntax and one is like for a styling, but JavaScript is the first language. Sometimes people find it difficult, so also it has got something like that. Okay, so first is that you have to learn the theory, then you have to do the practical is like this. In this I could have shown the practical, like applying the JavaScript in this form. I can show that thing, but most of the thing will go over the head. And JavaScript I have already done on my channel. I will give both of the playlists, CSS playlist and JavaScript playlist. So those who are new here, those who want to be a web app developer, after this thing they have to complete the HTML from here. After that I will give the CSS playlist and the JavaScript playlist from my site, okay, from my YouTube channel, and you have to do both of them before coming to React for the next week. Okay, so that is there. So let us do some of the fundamentals of JavaScript, uh, and not the practical thing everything I've covered there, including ES6 I've covered. So for that we are actually not going to do it here. Means we're not going to do it in VS Code and all. So where we are going to do, we are going to do in something known as JSbin. JSbin is an online code editor in which you can do anything. Means like a yes. And again I'm going to give this links also, I'll give, and JavaScript and console I'll do. And I will increase this font size a bit. So here we're going to learn JavaScript. JavaScript is a functional programming language. It is not an object oriented programming language like C++, Java, and it is also a loosely programming language, but it is the thing which is the most required skill of this decade, century, anything you can know, because from the past 20 years it's JavaScript only. JavaScript all the way around. Browser can understand only JavaScript library, React.js, and all those things can get you a high paying job. Any job it can get you. And JavaScript is used in the backend also, like in languages like Node.js and all. So this is the building stone for all the cool libraries like React.js, Node.js, all those things are there. So just like any other programming language, it has also got those variables and data types and all. Okay, so some, if you're coming from C++ or Java background, you might know that there are like int is there, like integer is there, string is there, all those things are there. In JavaScript there is like only, there was only var, a data type known as var was there. Later in 2015, JavaScript has gone through some major upgradation. I don't know what is there in the year 2015. Everybody has gone through some major upgradation in that year, and JavaScript is maintained by different committee known as 𝐏𝐚𝐫 script. Okay, 𝐏𝐏𝐚𝐫 committee. It maintains it, not the W3C committee, which maintains HTML and JavaScript. But they are also done in 2015, and they have released some new features. So there, what happened? What they did, they introduced some new data types. So JavaScript, everything is like var. Before, from 1995 when JavaScript was invented till 2015, everything was var here. Var first name equal to Nabin. This is how you create a variable in JavaScript. So what is a variable? Variable is like a address in the random access memory or the RAM of the computer. It will be stored. This variable will be stored in the RAM of the computer, and it can be accessed. So whenever we use some programming language, you might have heard that, okay, it should have some good RAM, because that it should have a good RAM. Okay, 530. Okay, so it is not yet 530. So var first name is there Nabendu, and let last name. So let is also there. Okay, let is also there, and it is like this was is there. I'll do that, and then I can have like another thing is like const. So Devan, and it will be given at 5:30, as I've written at the two times over. It is will be given at the 5:30 p.m. Okay, so full name equal to Bindu Biswas. So what is the difference between all of them? So we don't have much time because we're going to end soon. So this all the differences and all those things. I will give the playlist. You can go through that and you can learn about it. So that console.log of console.log. With the console.log you can see what is there. Where the first name is there and last name is there and name is there. If I clear it and run it, it will show all these things. So this is how the variables are declared in JavaScript. It is not like integer and all those things are not there. Okay, so that is there. And now just like any other programming language, we have data types in JavaScript also. So data types are like what? So let us look into the data types. So data types is like there are actually 6 data types in JavaScript. Those are string, numbers, boolean, null, and undefined, and symbol. So these are the 6 data types in there. So string, numbers, and booleans are there in other programming language also. Even null is there in other programming language. String is like string, number is like numbers, boolean is like boolean, and null is there. But null and undefined, there are 2 things are there in JavaScript, and I'm going to tell you about that soon. And there is something known as symbol also. So what is this symbol? Symbol is something which is a bit advanced, which was there in ES6. Not many people use it. Is something like array. So I'm not going to tell about that. I'm don't tell it about that much in my longer course also. So now let us do the data types. Okay, so we can use either const, let, var, anything here. So const name equal to nothing. This JavaScript is a loosely typed language. What happens? I can use const for everything. Const like name is Nabendu. So it JavaScript compiler will interpret it as a string. So because I'm doing it in the single quotes, double quotes, or all those things are there. So then const age equal to 39. Okay, so now what I've just did, I give the C string number. But if you are coming from a Java or C++ background, you might know that there is something known as a string here, and there is something known as a int here. So like this, but it is not here. It is nothing like this is there. Everything can be const like this. Okay, so and then const rating is like this equal to 9.5. Even in languages like C++ and Java, what happens? The numbers are 2 types. One is the whole number, which is known as int. One is the floating points number, which is known as float or double. So in JavaScript, everything is a number. So it is not like floating point number and all this. No, that is not there. So next is the boolean. So const is developer equal to true. Is developer equal to true will be there. Then this is like true false. It is there in every other programming language. So then const y equal to null is there. Const y equal to null is there, and let y I have done. Okay, so what is okay, so there is another operator known as a type of operator. I will do that. Console.log of type of name. So with the type of operator, what we can see, what is the type of this thing? Okay, so we can see this thing: name, age, rating, is developer, x, and y. So now I will clear it, and maybe I will comment this out. So this is how we comment it out, and I will run it. So okay, it is again showing this thing. I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't refresh. It's because it's an online browser. And okay, so see, it will show me all those thing data types. So name is a string, which I know. These two are numbers, and this is a boolean, and this is an object. This is undefined. We'll come to that later on. Okay, so maybe we will first see that. Okay, so type of null is object and type of y is undefined. So okay, let us first understand what is null and what is undefined. So null and undefined, both of them means the empty values. So it means that there is no values are there. So but if a developer, see, I am a developer, I am assigning a variable to be null, then it is means then it can be null. Means if a developer assign, they can assign a null, which means the empty value. And if the system assigns, so I left something like this, so the system is assigning. So then also, but both of them means it will assign an undefined, but both of them means empty values. Both of them means non-availability of values. So maybe a very good use case or very good thing which you should know means example maybe like this: when you go to a college or when you go to a school and you want to fill an admission form. So nowadays also, even if you go to college, they will give a printout. Like that printout you give, and anyways they are going to enter in a computer, but they will give a printout. So in printout that form, there will be a column for a first name, middle name, and a last name. A lot of people don't have a middle name, but in a lot of states in India, just like I was in Maharashtra, mid name is required. They put the mid name in your, if you have if a child is born there, they will put a mid name. But in some states there is no middle name, just like my kid doesn't have a middle name. So what I will go, when I got to the school, his school, and I filled the school form. So in the middle name I have two options: either to I will put a NA, not accountable, or I'll leave it as blank. So when the clerk who is filling that form in the computer, so he or she will take that form and fill it in the computer. That is how it happens in India. So they will fill that, and if I written NA, then also she will understand, okay, NA means this kid doesn't have a mid name. If I leave it blank, then also she will understand, okay, this kid doesn't have a mid name. So that is NA means null. So if I have assigned it, the user have assigned it, or this undefined is there. Okay, undefined is that the system has assigned. So this is like this, null and undefined. And then coming to one more thing means, why is this as like this as object? Type of Y is an object and type of X is like an undefined. Okay, type of Y is object and type of X is undefined. It is okay, everything is okay, only the type of X is an object. So the thing is that JavaScript has a lot of bugs actually. Why JavaScript has a lot of bugs? JavaScript was actually created in 3 days, only in 3 days, by a very talented developer. And in 1995 everything was like wild west. Like internet was just out, and there was a first browser was coming out known as the Netscape Navigator. The browser name was Netscape Navigator, and there was only HTML and CSS in that browser. So someone have got a cool idea. Okay, so there are button in the browser, so why not add some functionality to the button on a click of it? So they thought that we'll create a language, and they create a language known as JavaScript, and then they put it there. But they didn't have time, they only have 3 days to make it, and they created in 3 days. So there were a lot of bugs left in the language because of that. And one of the bug is that type of null is an object, and that bug cannot be solved because the moment the browser hit the market, internet was like crazy thing at that time, and it just become an instant hit. Internet become an instant hit the moment the browser and all those things hit the market. And JavaScript has become like crazy popular, and all the starting websites like Yahoo is very old. Yahoo, Google, and everything started using JavaScript. So they have the so there are two kind of developers in the world, means ones who create these languages and ones who uses those languages. So those who had used those language, they might have used somewhere like y equal to objects and all. Okay, and then that cannot be now solved. So that's why this bug is always there, and it will be always there. So they will not going to solve it. And now it's time to give the second attendance form. And so this is the second attendance form. First, hope you all have filled the first attendance form. So I'll give this and doc shorten, copy it, and go here. Second attendance form. Just mark your second attendance here. So I have given the second attendance form. Please do mark the second attendance form here, and that is there. And now when you fill the second attendance form, so we have done a lot. Okay, and one more thing which I am going to give right now, okay, is, as I've told, this JavaScript and CSS is not more than enough, means which I have told, means because I have already taken this on my channel. If you go to my channel, I'll give that those playlist also. You go to my channel, and let me make it a bit smaller like this, and your channel I'll go, and this playlist I'll go, and okay. So what I will tell you all. So first, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. I think I have given enough knowledge in these 3 hours, and please do subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. Please do like this video also, okay, so it can reach to more people. Please do subscribe and like this video if you're not done yet. Please do it. It will be very helpful for other people who want to become a web app developer. See, this is what I am doing. Live stream classes to make you a highly paid web app developer. And if you want to know how to become a web app developer, I have tell it at the starting also, but I am there to help you all, because I have WhatsApp group. You come there, I will help you there also. Means you can ping me there and you can ask me some questions, and all those things are there. I used to do one-to-one classes or one-to-one career counseling also, but a lot of people don't come to this, so I think I will stop it and all. I'll have something else also there. Okay, so this is like the CSS. So after this, so what I am going to tell after, do HTML from my class, like this HTML from my class, which is there. You do the HTML from there, only HTML part, and then the CSS. This is a 5 days classes which was actually taken this month only, quite fresh, March 20th. Every month I take. If you want to attend the live class, then you have to wait for the next month, which will meet sometime. Means it will start from the your March is there, and it will be like it will be the on 4th of April it will be there. So it's a long wait. Instead of waiting, if you want to start your journey, don't wait. Just do the this CSS beginners to advanced playlist. CSS beginners to advanced, do it from here. And JavaScript also I completed yesterday only. Means JavaScript also five days classes was done. So this, after that, do this JavaScript beginners to advanced, you do it from here. So both of these things you do it from here. And then next week is like what is the next week? Next week is like 14th, okay, 14 March 21, 14th. Okay, one thing. So next week is React JS. Okay, beginners to advanced is, it will, all of these things are for 5 days classes. So it is like it will start from starts 14th March. React is beginners to start beginners to advanced starts 14 March. Okay, then the next thing is I will have after that Redux. So Redux is something which people know React. So Redux is something which is required for after having Redux React knowledge. You should require that thing. So Redux beginners to advanced, it will happen from 21st March. Okay, starts 21st March, and on popular demand React Native. So React Native is also, I know React Native also. Also everybody want to make mobile development also. So React Native is the coolest thing. So you know React, you can do React Native also. So React Native beginners to advanced is on starts like 28 March. Starts 28 March. So 28 March. So this is the whole month thing. It is like this. Whole month it will be like this. And hope you all liking. I hope you all liked what I am doing here. So please do subscribe to my channel if you're not done yet. And I will end today's stream here. So please do support me in my journey to make 10,000 people web app developers. I've already created a lot of web app developer through my paid courses, through my YouTube courses. I made a lot of them. At least means I have made around 20 people already since starting in September. So I want more people to become web developer following me. So they can only follow me if they come to my channel. So please do subscribe and like my videos so that it can reach to more people, and tell it to your friends, tell it to your college groups and all those things about my channel, about my mission and all those things. Okay, and with this I will end today's stream, and I will see you all in the React.js stream on your Monday. So Monday to Friday it is at 8. It is not at this time. It is at 8:30 p.m. It is at 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. It is at that time. Okay, so thank you all, and thank you all for subscribing, and thank you all for seeing and all those things. I hope you all subscribed, and I hope you have filled the attendance, and we'll try to send the certificate on the email by tonight. We are trying to send that. Okay, so that is the tonight, means it will take around 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. because a lot of people have filled that form. Okay, so we'll